All right. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm here with Bethany and Bethany. So we have Danielle, Bethany, and Bethany. So this will be super fun. Our friend Jackie was going to join us, but today's her birthday and she is out having lunch for her birthday right now. So she's here in spirit with us. And I do have her notes that she was going to share with you all. But today we're talking about filling your calendar with parties. So I know there's just so much coming up in the Color Street world, and we're all eager to share that. We're eager to book parties. We're eager to do all the things, but it's like, okay, I want to do parties. I want to expand. I want to do all the things, but how do I get the parties booked? So that's what we're going to try to help you with today. So if that's something that you feel like you really need some guidance or some support in, we're hoping that between all of us, we can share something that can just spark that fire in you and maybe just give you some inspiration of your own, or maybe take one of our ideas and use it and maybe it will work. So before we get started, those of you that don't know me, my name is Danielle. I am currently an executive leader with Color Street. I've been doing this about 3.5 years. I have Bethany Hart here with me. She is joining us from the Leader Summit in the Bahamas. So, you know, a little bit salty over here because she's sitting on the beach. She said, you guys know I just left the beach to come do this with you. I said, I don't know if I feel privileged that you're hanging out with us or if I'm salty that I'm not there with you, because all three of us earned the trip to the Bahamas, but just because of life and things, Bethany Vargas and I are here, and we are not in the Bahamas with Bethany Hart. So anyhow, ladies, why don't you just tell them your name and how long you've been doing this, and then we'll jump into the training. Bethany Hart, you want to go first?
Sure. Hi guys, my name is Bethany Hart. I am an executive director with Color Street. I have been doing Color Street almost 4 years in April. Yeah, I'm here at Leader Summit. I am originally from Ohio, but I currently live in London, so London, England. So it's a little bit of a trek, but I'm here and I'm loving it, and I can't wait to bring all this information that I'm about to learn this weekend to you guys. So,
yay! Bethany Vargas, go girl.
Hey, so I have been doing this now 4 years and 2 months. I am only counting the months because I actually forgot to announce that it's been 4 years. So it doesn't feel like it. Like, I still feel like I'm learning and having fun every single day. So
same.
Time flies.
Yes, it does. It truly does. That's what I was thinking the other day. I was like, wow, 3.5 years, and it seems like I just joined yesterday. So
I remember when you joined. So
yes, it goes to show you that, you know, I always tell people, you know, when they're thinking about joining, I'm like, what do you have to lose? The time's going to pass anyway. So why not join and start working on your business and, you know, just roll with it, because the time is passing. It does not matter. So, and then you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this, you know, this many years. What the heck? So anyhow, all right, so we're going to get on with the training. Like I said, those of you that are live on the Zoom with us, if you have questions or maybe like a particular area that you want more information on, feel free to put that in the chat. If we have time at the end of this, we will definitely go through and address those live with you. So I just wanted to talk briefly before we get into the tips and tricks and all the information. Why do we do parties? Those of you that are on live with us, if you want to put it in the chat why you do parties. But the main reason that we as stylists do parties is to expand our network. That is my main reason for doing parties, and probably these ladies that are on here with me, their reason. We want to grow our network. And that is the beauty of this business, is that it is a social selling business, and we can be social and book parties and expand our network. If Bethany Vargas books a party for me and I go to Bethany's house, or, you know, create a Facebook group for Bethany and she invites 10 of her friends, that is 10 new people that I have the opportunity to connect with. So if you are doing parties right now and you are not being intentional and making those connections with every single person, that's a fail on your part. I don't know any other way to put it. But a lot of people say, well, I did 5 parties last month and they flopped. I had 0 sales. And I'm like, did you have people there? Well, yeah. How many did you connect with? How many samples did you send out? How many private messages did you send? Like, that is our job. If Bethany hosts a party and she invites her people, she's done her part. She's brought her people to me. Now it's my turn to connect and send those messages. Or if we're doing an in-home party, that's how I look at Facebook parties is if I'm doing a party with Bethany and she invites 10 people into my living room, am I just going to sit there and ignore them? Or am I going to say, oh my gosh, Bethany, thank you so much for hosting this party. Let me introduce myself, and then I'm going to make connections with every person in that party. Does that make sense? So that's the main reason that we do parties. The other reasons are obviously to boost our volume. So if we get sales, that's awesome. And more than likely, if you guys are doing parties, your volume is going to show. The volume comes with the parties, but the main focus you need to have with parties is expanding your network, making those connections. There is never, ever a flopped party in the way that I look at things, because every single party is a new opportunity to expand your network and meet new people. The other reasons that we do parties is to book more parties. You should be connecting with every guest at every party and asking them if they would like to book a party. Just say, if you like what's happening here at Bethany's party, how would you like to do your own? And then you can set up a party, book a party off that party. We also have a party booking credit that people can take advantage of as well. The other thing that comes from doing parties is enrollments. Whether you have a vision to grow a team or whether you are just doing this for fun, eventually enrollments are going to come one way or another, because if you are having fun, your vibe will attract your tribe. So if you are in, online parties or Zoom parties or in-home parties, and you are having fun and you are excited, people are going to see that and they're going to say, oh my gosh, I don't know what Bethany's doing, but she is so excited about this nail polish. She is having so much fun. I want to learn more about what she's doing. And you guys, every person out there could use community. They could use friendships. I know everybody could use a little bit of extra money in their pocket. So enrollments are going to come, and it's our job to share and just ask people, have you ever thought about doing what I do? So, okay, that's all I had to talk about with that. So Bethany Hart, do you want to start with the tips that your stylist sent to you? I think you're
Sure. Sorry, I was muted. There's a bit of a breeze, so you guys just let me know if if it starts interfering with my microphone.
You're good.
And I'll move. Okay. So Amber actually is on the call too, but she has one of her stylists. Her name is Tori. She was looking for a way to kind of reboot. She hadn't had so much luck with the party she had been running, and she was looking for new ways to party. So in one of my push groups that I have with my team, so I have a completely optional push group that they can be in, where we just kind of share ideas with each other and share information and stuff that's working, stuff that's not, how we can like edit things that aren't working to maybe make them work, things like that. And she was asking for additional help. And I mentioned the Battle of the Hostesses, which isn't a new idea. It's something we've seen probably a few times now. She did say that there's a good format in the Team Nailed It group, I believe it is, that she said there's a document in there that she used to kind of start. But basically what she did was she started with somebody she knew would be a yes. So she started with a family friend to kind of get her confidence up. And she started with this family friend and said, look, I have this new format. I really want to, and I really want to do it. So would you be willing to help me? And she got an instant yes. So then she kind of had her confidence up, started asking more people. She asked a total of 20 people, I believe. She has 7 hostesses ready to participate in the Battle of the Hostesses. She's running hers a little differently. So she's giving each hostess their own link. So I've seen it run several different ways where there's maybe one link and all the hostesses put all their orders through that one link and then they divide it up. She's giving them each their own link. She was originally going to do it right in her VIP group because one, all those people are already in her VIP group and that's and it's just, they're there already, right? She decided, I guess, I don't know if she ran a poll or how she did it. This was just a new development in the last few days, but essentially her VIP was kind of like, not wanting to, I don't know, her VIP group was a little weird about having the party in the VIP group, so she's doing a separate group. But if each of those parties, so 7 people, so she has 7 hostesses, if each of them hit $150, like, just, I mean, she could be done with parties for the whole month. I mean, really, if she wanted to be, and she would be, I'm not good at math, but she would be well over, she'd be almost $1,000 in volume if all of them hit 150. I mean,
Yeah, it's 1,050.
yeah, I mean, she would
That's
be,
crazy.
with the new comp plan, she would be a senior stylist on her own, like right then and there, which is amazing.
Wow.
So she has all 7 ready to go. She hasn't run the party yet, so stay tuned for updates. But she's been hostess coaching each of them. But she did say that the hardest part for her was reaching out to 20 people. She messaged 20 people and she got ignored. Some people just like left her unread or read her and ignored her or whatever. But she got 7 hostesses. She got 7 people to say yes. And here's the thing: if this goes well, then like she's going to be able to line 7 more up for next year, for the next month, next year.
Right.
What am I talking about? Next month. But the best part is, I mean, she works full time, so maybe she doesn't have time to party twice a week or
Right.
you know, once a week or anything like that. But everybody can put together one party for once a month and just like maximize it to the best of your ability, you know? So that's kind of where she's going with it right now. As when I had just talked to her a couple days ago, she hadn't run the party yet. So, but she's working on a template and stuff like that. So I'm sure she'd be willing to share anything that she kind of puts together. Amber says she's starting it today, so it starts today. So,
Awesome.
did she, Amber, since you're on here, I'm going to ask you, since you've been talking with her and I've been kind of out of touch for a few days. Did she limit the amount of people they could invite, or is she just letting them invite as many people as they wanted?
I believe she's letting them invite as many as they want, but she's making sure that it isn't just a regular use the invite button. I believe she's doing private message only for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I've seen where they let you invite like 5 to 10 people or something like that. So it sounds like this one, she's kind of leaving it open as many people as they want to invite. She's going to let them come in, and I think it's a great idea. I can't wait to see how it works for her, but it really boosted her confidence just to have those 7 people say yes. And I know it made a huge difference for her. So, I mean, and especially with her working full time. So that's kind of where she's at with it right now. But as soon as, I mean, I'm sure she'd be happy to share any additional information she learns along the way. But I just wanted to share that with everyone, because I know that a big complaint I hear is that people say they don't have time, or they don't have time to run a party, or they don't have time to, you know, babysit, you know, 7 parties a month or whatever. This is a great option for people who are busy, because, I mean, you only need to invest a couple days and you've got 7 parties. So.
Right. So Bethany, she's just adding all 7 people into the same Facebook group and running that as one big party. So anybody that's newer that's watching this video, it's essentially like a multiple host party where, like Bethany said, you are knocking out 7 parties in one group. So you have multiple hosts in there, and it just, my experience with those is it just creates more of a party atmosphere, because you have more interaction, you have more people, and it just seems like more fun. So I love the multiple host parties. So that's super exciting. And something that I wanted to add, how Bethany was saying that she asked 20 people and got 7 yeses. All of those people, that either declined or just read it and left it alone, write those names down. And then next month, when you're going to book, circle back and just say, hey, Bethany, I understand last month was a crazy busy month. It might not have worked out for you to host, but I wanted to let you know this month, I'm going to do the same thing on such and such date. Does that work for you? Keep that person right there, you know, on your paper or your note on your phone, however you keep track of things, but don't be afraid to circle back, because a lot of times people are busy, or they read it and they totally forget to reply back to you. Or maybe it's just bad timing. Maybe they were having a bad freaking day when they read your message. And then when you check back with them the following month, maybe there's a new launch that month that they really love, or, you know, you never know what's going on. A lot of it has to do with timing, but nonetheless, when you ask, you're planting that seed, and really that just gives you an option to follow back up with them. Now, if they say, I never want to host for you, I don't want free nails, I don't want free product, I don't like you, obviously don't message them back. But, you know, if they're just reading it and not replying back, I know I'm freaking busy. I know most people are busy. So don't take it personal. Just write their name down and go back and follow up next time. And if they eventually tell you no, then okay, maybe don't reply or don't text them back for a couple months, but it's okay. So,
well, and
all
not
right.
to mention, you know, if these hostesses, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when my hostesses get a good amount of rewards, they're all over my VIP page going, look at all these free sets I got. So
Yeah.
like nothing works better than word of mouth, right? So as these people get their rewards and can kind of boost it up in the VIP, she's gonna have people saying like, hey, what is this? How did they get all these free sets? I mean, it's gonna travel like wildfire. So
Yeah, and if they don't share their freebies, you can always grab nails from your house and take a picture and say, you know, shout it out in your VIP space and say, thank you so much, Bethany, for hosting a party for me. Look what Bethany got for free. Would you like to do the same, or something like that, to let people see that, whoa, like this is what she got. So Bethany Vargas, do you want to share next with your tip?
Yeah, I have a couple things. My first big thing is I am a in-person party person, until obviously Rona. I really made a ton of money off of cash and carry at in-person parties, and then translating it into online sales for those in-person parties, especially for anyone that maybe missed the party. But I was just really big into getting, like Bethany Hart said, the word of mouth. When you're in person and you can actually show them how to put on the nails, and they can see all the options, and you can kind of show them how to do a mix mani, and you can pump up the product in person. It's so invigorating. Like, it's such a different atmosphere than a Facebook party. So when Rona hit and nobody could go anywhere or wanted to go anywhere, I really had to pivot. And I was doing, you know, girls' night in things and stuff, just not very actively. And I didn't have a reason to. I also did in-person events. So I was getting customers and stylists through that. And I was like, I don't know how to do online anything all of a sudden. So the way that worked for me, at the beginning of Rona, I was also a teacher full time. So I really had to focus and do it all in one place. I am the person that like hated creating a new group every time I had a new party. I hated creating, an event where you couldn't schedule things. That just did not work for my schedule as a mom and a teacher. And my husband's in the Air Force, so he's like never here, which is why I'm not on the beach in the Bahamas. It's his last time being gone, so holy hallelujah, can't wait. But I really had to take a look at how I can do parties without being online all the time. So I do all my parties in my VIP space. And I know Bethany Hart, you said your stylist did a poll. I didn't even give my people an option. I just said, hey, we are now doing all parties in my VIP space. This will cut down on And I let them know that. I let them know that this was happening so that anybody that was going to have a party already kind of knew. But I just said, this is going to cut down on, having to invite people to multiple places. You're already in here. So what we'll do is we will create an event within the group just as a calendar notification. Because when you invite someone to an event within the group, it really helps them see like, oh, that time is coming, because it gives them an alert if they click going. And then she said, how do you continue with your parties and your VIP posts at the same time? So I'll tell you, I decided that if I was going to be doing girls' night in anyways, which is what I was doing before, I was doing them almost weekly. And if I'm going to have, say, 4 hosts in a month, that's 1 a week, right? So all of my VIP posts, like things that I would post anyways, I post 3 to 4 times in my VIP. So my first post would be like a good morning post. My second post would be a information about Color Street or a tip about Color Street post. Then another post would be about like me and my daily life, and then nails. So that's pretty consistent with what you would be posting in a party anyways, especially at the beginning of the party. So I did not waver from that. The only thing that would be different is if I'm giving them a early bird special, I would post that in the event. So I would post the shopping link graphic with the shopping link directly under it, and explain like it's also on my link tree, because I do link tree as well. And then any kind of early bird special would also be in the event. Everything else would happen on my VIP page, because I would tell my hostess, okay, so we're going to party on Thursday. Or example, today's Friday, we're actually having a party tonight, a rom-com girls' night in. And so I would tell my hostess is Laura, and I would send her a quick voice text, and I would say, hey, we're going to party on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I know a lot of you guys are on the West Coast, so if that doesn't work for them, that's okay, but they need to be on live with me after the party. What time works best live for you and your people for me to go live after the party? So I will have a 1-hour party, and it's girls' night in style. So it's just games, and I just tell them interact on each post. I don't do points. I don't do tally up your stuff. I don't do any of that jazz. I don't have time for that. I don't have patience for that. I just say participate on all the posts. And my key thing for this is I am there. So even if I schedule all my posts, I make sure that I'm tracking with them and participating with them and responding to them as they respond on the posts. It's only an hour. I know that I've spaced them out every 5-10 minutes. So, there's only 10 posts. It's not that big of a deal. But for example, tonight my party is posting at 8 p.m. Eastern, but my person is in Oregon. So I asked her what time I should go live, and she asked if I could go live at 10 p.m. I will be watching the Olympics at 10 p.m., but I'm going to take the time out and go live at 10 p.m. because that's when most of her people can be on. But I go live right after the party because I've just had all this engagement, right? And if I go live right after the party, that's the most engagement zoned in time that I'm going to get them. And I will only go live for 10 minutes. Okay, that's key. 10 minutes or less. I hate going live for longer only because I want it to be like an urgency thing. I want people to be there. I want people to show up. And if they know I'm going live at 10, and I'm always late to everything. So that's the one time I'm like, okay, I have 12 alarms set. I got to be live, because I only want that 10 minutes and I don't want to go over and I don't want to be late. But what I do during the live is I say, okay, you have to be on live to participate in this part, and everybody gets a prize just for being on. All you have to do is say hi. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to do anything special. And I know a lot of us have these now, but I just have this little wheel, and I added and it's backwards, isn't it? Sorry. I added a CS gift card and
Bethany,
a,
I'm gonna make you bigger really quick. That way, they can all, hold on one second, let me remove. There you go.
so I added that, and I had bought like 25 of these Manny kits. And so I added the gift card, I added the Manny kit, and it's all Color Street. There's nothing on the wheel that is not Color Street. And so like when we get our new nail care items, like the polish remover and everything, I'm going to add those on here as well. I'll take something off and add that on here. And I just do that because all of that can be sent straight from me, straight from my house. So whatever I have in stock, if I don't have enough for 2 free sets, that comes off the board. And I host enough parties for myself that I have 2 free sets. Just mind you, don't go broke. Don't ever do that. But or like I have on here like specific things like what's it called? Shamrock set. Why can't I think of it? St. Patrick's Day. I have on here a pair of earrings because I have Color Street, the studs, the little square Tokyo lights. So I only have 4 of those. So I have to be careful and like make sure whatever I have on the board, and whatever's on the board I have. And then like free shipping. So like if you do online order, I'll rebate your shipping. But again, everything is related to Color Street directly. I don't have anything on there that doesn't come from the company in some way, because I'm trying to promote Color Street, right? I'm not giving away anything that is outside of the company. Will I probably slip something in their prize pack anyways if they win the girls' night in? Yes. Maybe a face mask or eye masks or something like that. But so that's what they win if they have participated on all the posts. I put all the names on Wheel of Names, and I draw the next day. I do not wait. So everyone knows they have to participate that day to win. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to order to get extra sets or anything like that unless you're doing like the early bird. But you literally have to play that day in some form or fashion to be pulled for the next day. And I only do 1 winner per hostess. I know some people, the more people that are playing, they do more winners. I only do 1 winner. That makes them want to come back the next time, even if they're participating for a different host. So like I said, I usually have 4 hostesses a month. I know that doesn't seem like a huge number, but I always have 4 hostesses, if that makes sense. So like there's never a time like in a month where I only have my party going. So it just makes it a lot easier for me to track. I did order the planner, Danielle, because it looks so amazing when you showed it. So hopefully that can help me track. And the way that I book new parties, if someone doesn't automatically ask to host, I do play a like booking game at the end of each party. So not during girls' night in, like the next day or the day after. So like I think I have the post scheduled for Sunday for this week's party. Just saying, you know, pick a number, and then each one has to do with hosting. They don't know that. I don't say that in the post. I just say pick a number if you want something. And so then I say like, if you host, then you get this, or if you host, then you get this. And I just have random little things. But I actually am gonna help Danielle transition because I picked up something that she was doing, and it's been the best way for me to easily book another party is your little postcard.
Oh yeah.
This is the best way, even if I don't send this to someone in the mail, which I've been slipping them in every pack. I literally just tell them this in a personal message. And it just makes life so much easier. I don't have to come up with a script every time. I can just say like, hey, let's do something really easy. And they know what's coming to them and they know what's happening. And again, when I do them in my VIP group, it just gives people a sense of like, security. Like they know that I'm going to get them to at least 150 and they know that there's no pressure. Like even if all their friends don't get invited, there's still so many people in my VIP space. Someone's going to play and someone's going to order. So.
I love that. So I've been like sitting over here taking so many notes as you're talking about this, because I love the idea of not having to create another group, add anybody anywhere, because I feel like that's what really gets people away from wanting to do online parties, because they're like, oh my gosh, I got to invite people to a party. And then, you know, you got to deal with all that. So you create the event within your group, and you only post the shopping link and the specials. Any party specials in the shopping link goes in there.
I might do like a reminder, like, hey, don't forget we're partying right here in my VIP group. And I actually link my VIP group, even though they're already in there, because that's where the event is. But that way, you know, some of the older generation, they just click and it takes them back to the VIP. They don't have to worry about where they're going.
Yes, I've had that before. So if you looked in my VIP group, I have a bazillion events, because I use events for everything. A new launch gets an event. Like a girls' night gets an event. Like I do events all the time because I love that, just for the notification setting. And then once you RSVP, you get that 1 hour reminder. So I've had people go in the.
I do the same thing. I do an event for everything.
I love it because it just notifies everyone, and I love doing events. But I've had people on my game nights go in and say, where's this taking place? I don't see it. It's 10 minutes late. Where are you at? I'm like, girl, we're over in the group. We are in the VIP group, not in this event.
So if you tell them like maybe 2 days before the party and then like 30 minutes before the party, the only downside to that is that you can't schedule in the event. So you have to make sure that you're posting. So that's why I only do 2 or 3 posts in there, because I don't have time to sit and keep posting.
Yes. Okay. But then this is what I don't get is afterwards, you said you do the 10-minute-ish live, and you tell them all they have to do is get on and, you know, say hi, whatever. But every single person on that live gets something off your wheel.
So usually if I have 40 people start the girls' night in, okay, that's an hour ago. How many people actually wait and actually keep staying on? It's not a lot. Okay.
Well, I'm just thinking you've got some bomb gifts on that wheel. So I'm like, what are you going to do if you had like 20 people? You're giving out 20 gifts?
Yeah, but most of the things, so I have one free set 5 times.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you were talking about the earrings and stuff from Color Street, and I was like, Bethany, that's going to get expensive.
So that's only in one place. I have one free set 5 times. I have Color Street gift card once. I have earrings once, mani kit once.
Okay.
The other ones, and I have 2 free sets once. So the other ones are all like one free set. It might say glitter overlay. It might say design. It might say newer glitter. It might say St. Patrick's Day set, but it's one set.
Okay.
So it's already something like
you had me nervous.
No, and like one of them is 5 accents.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, whoa, wait, like you're giving away the house, girl. I can't do that.
No. And like 2 of them are shipping rebate for the $3.99 or $4.99, whatever it is now.
Okay.
So it's not anything that I wouldn't already be offering my VIP customers, if you think of it that way. Like anything that I would already be giving them as like a deal or a special, I've just cut out almost all of that, because I'm doing this weekly. Then I don't have to have a weekly sale or a blowout or anything like that. It's already built within the party format.
So Bethany, is that live in your VIP group or in the event?
It's in the group. That way, again, not everybody that is partying is necessarily a new person, right? So whoever the hostess invited to the group, maybe they invited 10 people. Maybe 4 of them were already in there. So now I have 14 of their shoppers. But I have maybe 40 people that start the game. So not all of them are going to be their shoppers. But if I'm posting their link under everything, my normal VIP customers might shop and they might actually get a prize as well. But then I might follow up with them on the thing that I send them. Hey, I'm glad that you were there on my live. Would you like to host a party?
Okay. So somebody asked Bethany, do you go live after the party just for the wheel?
Yep. And I don't say that. I only tell my hostesses, but most people know. So I've been doing this now for 6 months. And most people know, like, hey, she's going live at the end of the week, or she's going live on Thursday because she's doing a party. So I never say like, I'm going live at the end of the party, make sure that you're here. It's just what I do. And I tell my hostesses, but I don't tell everybody else.
Okay. Well, and I was just sitting here thinking, because I know there's probably several people that are thinking they want to try this idea. There's a wheel that you can go to online. Like if you don't have the fancy wheel like Bethany, you could pull that up on another phone or a computer and do it that way. Or I feel like you could go old school and just draw out
Paper
a
and a
hat.
hat is how I started.
Yes. So just put all the prizes in there, and while you're live, pull it out and say, okay, well, so-and-so, you won this. So you could still do this and not have.
And you don't even have to do every single person gets a prize. You could do 2 people that hop on live, do a prize, get a prize. You know, you could do like something where you do, you know, like everybody say color until I say street on the live, and then that person, the last person that said color gets a prize. I'm going to spin the wheel. You could do all sorts of different things using the wheel or being live, whatever. You could do a special while you're live. You don't have to use the wheel. You don't have to use what I'm doing. I'm just saying, when you go live at the end of the party, makes it so much more interactive, and people are like waiting for something, like they're anticipating it the more that you're consistent with it.
Yeah. Something else that's a lot of fun while she's talking about the lives, it has nothing to do with parties, but something that you can do fun while you're live. And this could go back to, you know, where Bethany said only a few people get a prize, is I don't know if you guys have ever heard about the emoji game, but it's something that you do when you're live and you say the first person to drop a cat, a hat, and a shamrock, you win. So they have to go through their emoji on their phone and drop the emojis that you say. So that's something fun to do as well. So if you didn't want to give away the house like Bethany is, no, I'm just kidding, Bethany. But if you wanted to say, okay, to wrap up, you know, the girls' night or the party or whatever you're doing, we're going to do a fun game. You got to have fast fingers and you've got to pay attention, and then tell them that. And a lot of people really like doing that. I've seen huge success with that.
I also have done the secret word. So when I go live, I say, make sure you listen for the secret word. And then I like apply a glitter overlay over my nails or something while I'm talking to them about the party and like how much fun we just had. And then I'll slip in the secret word and I'll say like, secret word tonight is I need coffee. Coffee is the secret word. And then I say, make sure you message me the secret word for a secret deal. And so that gets them in your inbox. That gets them messaging you and having that conversation, and they have to initiate the conversation. It's not you going to personal message them. And that's another way that I've booked parties, is if they message me, I say, awesome, you just won a free set. Make sure you shoot me your address. Oh, by the way, if you host a party, I'll send you a whole host bundle, which has 2 sets, which it probably only had 1 set before, but they already won a set. So I just try and sweeten the ante and see if they'll book a party that way.
I love that. Okay. So Jackie, who was supposed to be on here with us, she was going to talk about party booking games, which Bethany already talked about a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of tag on to what she said. Party booking games, you can find these in all of the graphics groups. And it is a fun way to book parties. You basically go into the graphics groups and look up party booking games. And you might get, like, let's say, you know, Valentine's Day. They may have some in there that have 6 different hearts on it with numbers 1 through 6. And it'll say, you know, pick a number, win a prize. So you share that, and you could come up with other verbiage to put with it. And then basically your VIPs will pick a number, or your party guests, they pick a number, and then you message them what they won. Some people put on their graphic when they post it, just so you know, you may end up hosting a party, you know, or something. Bethany, can you help me with the verbiage on that? Like when you do the party booking games, like what you would say?
So me, Bethany.
Either one of you.
So I've actually played the party booking game in my group because of Jackie. So I actually posted that everybody who picked a number would get a free set. However, some of those free sets some of those may require you to host a party to get the free set, essentially. And I can share my verbiage if you'd like. It's just Jackie's verbiage, but it's essentially every graphic has a free set underneath. Some require you to host a party, but only one has no strings attached, and it's just a completely free part. It's just a completely free set. And then when they pick a number, and I do it, and I think Jackie does it this way too. People can pick the same number. So I can have like 17 people pick number 2 if that's what they want. And then I private message them what they want. So I'll private message them and go, hi, you picked number 2 in my game. You want a free set with a party. When would you like to have your party? And give them a couple dates. And that's just that. I just don't make it a choice. I don't know if that's the right way. But some people have ignored me after that or like not responded. But I've had a lot of people go, oh, okay. And they pick their date and they move on. But it just kind of depends. I mean, some people do it just to get the free set, but I mean, some of them don't think that having to host a party is that much of a hassle to go through to get the free set either. So, and if you word it that way, it kind of just transitions right in. So
Okay, I love that. Another way, which I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on because I just did a full training on it, but I book probably 90% of my parties off of my Google Forms. And I can attach that training to this video, but I have a Google form for giveaway winners, and then my Google Forms for samples, and then the party packs, which I do inside my parties. And all of 3 of those have an option on there. Would you like information on sharing Color Street and earning free nails? And almost always people check, send me more info or absolutely. And then that opens up that conversation for me to share with them, not only about hosting, but the stylist side of things. So like I said, I'll link that to this and you guys can watch that. It's on my YouTube channel as well, but I've had a ton of success with those. But also I'm a pen and paper person, and I have this little corny worksheet that I use when I hit a wall in my booking, because you guys will notice once you are consistently booking parties, you just get that momentum. And honestly, nothing can stop your momentum. So when you stop partying, you might not notice it initially, but in a couple of weeks or maybe a month, you're going to hit a wall and you're going to think, what in the hell is going on? Like, my momentum's gone. I'm getting discouraged. Like, I can't do anything right. And you get in this negative place, and you've got to get those parties going, because that's truly what really keeps things rolling in your business. So I came up with this little sheet that I use, and then I ended up sharing it with my team, and now it's like out there in the YouTube universe. But it just gives me ideas of who I can ask to host. So basically, loyal customers, your stash shoppers, so the people that always shop your inventory, your top VIPs, past hosts, your top party guests, like the people that are always interacting in your parties. You need to be connecting with them. Those people that are sharing nail fees, that are commenting on the posts, things like that, you need to reach out to them. Every single party guest you need to reach out to. People that have requested samples, following up with orders, new customers, and especially when we have new launches, you guys, that's the biggest time to book parties, when we have a new launch coming. And you guys all know that St. Patrick's Day is coming here very soon. And then what do we have after that? We have Easter. And then what do we have after that? We're going to have our spring and summer catalog. But what always happens before a catalog? Retired sets. You guys, we are going to get the list of retired sets, which literally will fly off the shelves. And that is one of the best times to have parties, because people want those retired shades. When we get that list, you guys, that is gold. You need to take that list and promote the heck out of that, especially for yourself. You want to grab some of those retired shades, because they're going to be gone forever. And a lot of them will go very, very fast. So keep that in mind. On this worksheet that I'm talking to you guys about, which I said I'll link to this video as well, this gives you 100 people to ask. And I know that sounds absolutely insane, but just think that if you get 10 people, that's 10 parties out of 100. So, and then, you know, like when Bethany was talking, her stylist asked 20 people. Out of those 20, she got 7 yeses. And like I said, you're going to have all your names on here of the people you asked, so you can always circle back. If they decide to host, then go ahead and highlight their name off of there. But then you're still going to have all those other people that you reached out to that didn't host that you can always follow up with the next month. So when a new launch comes, or when we get that retired list or whatever it is, you can say, hey, Bethany, I know that the timing might not have been right when I asked you in February, but I just cannot let this pass by. I got to let you know we are launching our St. Patrick's Day nails next week. I would love to get you set up with a shopping link. And if you want to, we can do an online party too. So just keep that in mind. I will link that to this and then that previous training with the Google Forms, because honestly, you guys, that is one of the easiest ways to book parties. You don't even do anything. You just send people the link and they fill it out.
But, and just like I said, your wording though, telling them like, hey, you can have a shopping link or we can host you a party. That is gold. That has gotten me so many extra parties, because I say, like, you're just going to have this shopping link and we're going to party in my VIP space. And I mean, yes, you still have to participate, but honestly, it's not a lot of work. So having them know that they're wearing and sharing, and
yes,
they already have the shopping link either way, that has gone over so much better with my people.
Yes. And so Bethany showed a card, which is like the one that I made on Canva. And it basically, it links to my wear and share party, which I've done a video on that too. It's on my YouTube. But just like Bethany said, this goes in every piece of mail that leaves my house. No matter what it is, I drop this in there. The back is blank, so I write a little handwritten note on there. But it says, earn free nails, host a wear and share party, which is just a shopping link. It's like giving a VIP their own shopping link. It says, I send a hostess bundle, you share samples and catalogs, collect orders up to 60 days, earn free nails, 4 buy 3 get 1 orders equals 1 free set and a half off set. Scan this QR code with your camera and scroll down to get shopping link. So again, just like Bethany, I use Linktree. So I have everything on my Linktree. So that's that. I can also link this to the video if you guys want to look at that. I made that on Canva and then I printed it on Vistaprint. I don't ever order off Vistaprint unless they're having a 40 or 50% off deal, because I'm cheap. So I don't know, there may be somewhere else cheaper out there to print things, but I always just wait on that deal with Vistaprint and then I go in there and I just stock up on all the things.
I made mine in Canva like you did, and I actually printed like half of my stack from Canva and half of my stack through Staples. Staples had a coupon and I drove up to get them that day. And
wow.
To be honest, they didn't look much different. So I was pretty stoked about that.
Somebody told me Costco too, that Costco does printing. I did not even know that. So yeah, I mean, definitely shop around and find the best deal. But I guess that's all we have. I don't know, Bethany, if either one of you have anything that you want to add. I think that we covered a lot. I know I have a page full of notes just from you ladies. So I hope that you all were able to pull something from this video, but just remember that no matter what way you go about doing this, you've got to be bold, you've got to ask. And even if, you know, they read it and don't reply, or they tell you no right now doesn't mean no forever. So keep note of that, keep note of their response, especially if they open it and don't reply. I mean, that does not always mean no, they could be busy, or they open it and forgot to reply. I do that all the freaking time. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like a total tard. Like, I opened that message, I forgot to reply back. But you guys, you know how life is, you know how busy things are. So where can I get the free nail card? So I will share, I will link that to this video when I get it uploaded, and show you an example of how I made that. You guys can look at it and use it as inspiration to make your own. But I created that on Canva, and then I printed it on Vistaprint. And that's the same thing that Bethany did. She created hers on Canva and then printed those. So,
and you can actually make a QR code for your Linktree or for just your Color Street website now on Canva. I can't remember if it's a paid part of it or not.
Okay.
But there is also a free website, QR Monkey.
Yes, that's where I did mine. And I only picked that because it was colorful. I didn't want the black and white one. And I found that and I could do it colored for free. And I was like, oh, I want that.
And you can actually copy and paste it into Canva, or you can print it as a sticker. So like I printed mine as a sticker just because I put it on everything. I don't only put it on the card. But you can print your card with the code already on it, or you can slap a sticker on there later. Or you can just put your link. You don't have to have a QR code. You don't have to be fancy. You can be normal. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't get fancy until just recently. I did things all old school, like you said. So I printed my QR code on address return labels from Vistaprint. So I have my business name, my domain, and then my little slogan at the bottom, and then the QR code, because I put that on my nail sets. I put it on, like you said, Bethany, you just slap that sticker on anything and everything. So I also put them, Bethany, yours probably fit too, but these actually fit just perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, right on the back of there. So if I send out hostess packs, I put the QR code, yes, right on the back. So that way they can get right in touch with you. So
now,
I love
I
that.
don't slap it on everything right away, just to clarify. I do wait until I'm about to send something out. Or if I'm doing an event, whatever I have on hand, I put the thing on there. But I also give away a lot of stuff to my team, so I don't put it on everything. So like I have blank cards of these that I might send to my team. I have samples I might send to my team. So I don't put on everything right away, but eventually my code ends up somewhere.
Yes, but I love that you do that. And the reason I started doing that is I don't know if I know probably Bethany, both of you, but some of you watching, if you've ever received those like random orders where you're like, where'd this person come from? So Color Street does link every order to a stylist. So you sometimes will get random orders. And this one lady that ordered from me, I messaged her back because I always follow up with them. I'm like, oh, how did you find me? And she said, somebody gave me a sample in the store of this dry nail polish and I fell in love with it. And I have not been able to get in touch with her. So I went online and ordered, and I'm like, well, praise Jesus. I'm glad we're connected now. I'll take care of you. But then I was like, oh, shoot, like I got to make sure people have a way to connect with me, because I'm not going to be that person that gives out a sample and then people can't ever follow up with me. So ever since that day, I was like, whoa, like that was a huge blessing that she somehow got connected to me through, placing an order. And I must have been the closest stylist to her, but I was like, whoo, I got to make sure I don't have that mistake for myself.
I also put my QR code on a keychain. I just gave someone the barcode on Etsy, whoever, there's a ton of them that make these keychains, and they can just scan your QR code while you're out.
That's a genius idea too.
I have forgotten samples before when I've gone out, so I need to make sure I have a backup to my backup.
Yes. Well, I heard too, somebody had one made on a pop socket and put the pop socket on their phone. And I was like, oh, now that's genius, because we all always have our phone with us. So like having it printed on a phone case or a pop socket, that's a great idea. So
and they have like the actual things like Popple or something. They have like the actual things that put all your social media into one place, but I wasn't about to pay a lot of money, so I paid, I think, $4 for a keychain.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up. I hope you guys were able to take something from this video. I feel like we shared a ton of tips. So thank you so much for hanging out with us, and go out there and book some parties. Talk to you soon.